What's up, everyone? I hope y'all are good. Right now, we've witnessed Kendrick Lamar act like the first domino in yet another public meltdown for someone who has honestly never looked worse. And if you're ready to see just how Kevin Durant has shown that Kendrick's dominance, his success in this beef, and the sheer power of his disses have completely thrown him off his rocker, maybe even worse than we've ever seen Drake, well, it is that wild. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, hype, and do everything you can to support, because what we're seeing right now is absolutely insane. I can't even process how real this is. And I mean that on so many levels, because it's not just that Kevin Durant's meltdown is exposing how bizarre Drake's circle really is, or how these guys are straight up losers caring more about online trolling than their own lives. But when it comes to Kendrick Lamar humiliating basically every hypebeast's favorite friend, people are genuinely never going to get over it. And it has completely fried some brains in the process. At the top of that list, yeah, it's none other than Kevin Durant. And with Cupcake KD during the NBA All-Star Game, he immediately had to check his phone like the loser he looked like, especially after his burner social media accounts were exposed. There, we saw him saying some absolutely nasty stuff about almost every teammate he's ever had, from Devin Booker and Coach Frank Vogel during his Suns days to more shade about Russell Westbrook. Honestly, I'm just gonna drop this Kendrick Lamar line from the Hard Part 4 because it fits perfectly, especially since Kendrick and Westbrook are friends. It just makes the whole moment even funnier to so many other teammates. And then, with Durant admitting to other genuinely gross stuff and essentially proving he's a garbage human, what we've seen from every diss and every meltdown, from Ben Simmons to Kendrick, made for one of the funniest nights on social media in a long time. Look, there were questions about the highest-earning NBA player of all time. Just to note, he's made over $598 million in league contracts alone, not even counting sponsorships. And if a man worth almost $1 billion is staying up late on social media acting like a sixth grader, well, the more this played out and more people exposed things, the clearer the lesson became. Money doesn't buy happiness, and it definitely can't make a loser look any less lame. If Drake was case study number 1, Kevin Durant is case study number 2. Things escalated even further when hip-hop got involved, and that Drake connection really pushed Durant to a historic low. We were reminded that choosing Drake's side online probably isn't going to end well, and now, with figures in the hip-hop space, especially in the Kendrick Lamar and Drake circles, like none other than Mr. Busby, if you're online, you already know who I'm talking about. He came out to show just how much of a weird, obsessive loser Kevin Durant really is, beyond just the burner accounts. He proved that KD can be pathetic even on his main account, messaging a user he follows, a big Kendrick Lamar fan, and of course a Drake hater, because let's be real, most Kendrick fans aren't vibing with Drake. Well, the original Cupcake KD kept defending the new Cupcake Drake over and over to Busby. And we've got screen recordings to show just how real and definitive all of this drama is. And if you still doubt it, KB follows him too, giving us another link proving the interactions are legit and that KB is actually communicating with him. With that out of the way, it's time to dive into Kevin Durant's Kendrick Lamar-fueled meltdown. Brace yourself to cringe, because over the course of months, days, and nights, an almost 40-year-old man who's made nearly $1 billion, or probably even more, who's been at the top of his field for almost 20 years and literally could have anything he wants, is up at 3 a.m. yelling, crying, and ranting about Kendrick Lamar in another grown man's DMs. All this to defend his best friend, another near-billionaire 40-year-old who honestly lives one of the most pathetic lives ever. And from what we're seeing, it's about to get even better. The first interaction starts on August 14, 2025, so last summer, and KD starts normal for his weird standards, just asking, "Buzz, you talk about Kendrick today?" Again, weird for a billionaire to be messaging like this, but this is what friends of Drake do. And it gets worse. That initial afternoon message could almost look normal, like he's just scrolling social media defending his friend, but you can't defend what comes next. 11 days later, at 3 a.m., KD gets up or is scrolling late at night and hits Busby with, "Hey, goof, your daddy texted you today?" At that moment, it's painfully clear just how much of a cornball loser KD is, and how completely Kendrick Lamar has shaken up another near-billionaire grown man. Let's break this down. Being in another grown man's DMs at 3 a.m. yelling about someone else just to defend a friend, that's beyond pathetic. Honestly, it's disturbing because it shows a total emptiness in KD's personal life. Now, when you think about everything between Kendrick and Drake and why different people side with different factions, the pattern with Drake and KD becomes crystal clear. They vibe so well together because they're basically mirror versions of each other, diva losers in their own crafts, whose legacies are propped up by shortcuts and hype, tricking casual fans into overestimating their greatness. Headlines make them look bigger than life. Drake's numbers, KD's rings, you'd think they're untouchable. But if you really understand either craft, the truth is messy. Drake has sold out tracks, made meaningless filler songs for years, and that's just scratching the surface. Kevin Durant? He left a team after blowing a 3-1 lead, joined the squad that beat him, a 73-win team, the best in NBA history, and dodged accountability at every turn. KD gives Drake a real run for the title of weakest person I've ever seen in any craft. At least Drake, despite his public meltdowns, stands for something, however weird. Durant? He jumps from team to team, tosses players under the bus, and never owns his failures. But back to why KD and Drake click. Their friendship works because they have nothing else besides these fragile, half-earned legacies they cheat to maintain. For KD, like Drake, the burner messages we're seeing, the Kendrick conversation unfolding, it all screams a man who desperately needs a hobby, a life, maybe even a wife. Night after night, 3 a.m. rants, defending Drake's fake Tupac chain, dissing Kendrick and a fan in the process, it's peak sadness. Honestly, being in another man's DMs, venting rage over Kendrick while trying to figure out why the fan dislikes Drake is just loser behavior at a level KD should have outgrown.
But just like Drake, these two are cut from the same cloth in their respective worlds. The older they get, the weirder and more bizarre their antics become. Watching KD chase a response from a fan who doesn't even answer, that's comedy gold. Over and over, surrounding Kendrick and trying to defend Drake, it's pathetic and sad. And here's the kicker. These strange messages started last summer and continued sporadically, sometimes once a day for weeks. People have speculated, academics even commented, that Drake might be influencing this behavior, especially given the way KD is wording things. It honestly reads like Drake is writing KD's lines. So let's ask the real question. What is Drake even doing to turn the highest-earning NBA player of all time into his personal errand boy and henchman for clapping back? Because when we talk about the Drake Defense Squad, this isn't some random rapper or OVO member. This is Kevin Durant, number 6 all-time scorer in NBA history, nearly 20 years at the top of his craft. Seeing someone of that stature acting like a fanboy shows just how utterly Kendrick Lamar has shaken these people. Sliding into DMs like this, embarrassing doesn't even cover it. And honestly, we've never seen anything quite this surreal in rap. One rapper literally making the rest of the game look like losers. KD, Drake, OVO, they've all been called pathetic, and yeah, they are. But when Durant uses burner accounts to trash his peers, then jumps into rap to go off on Kendrick while defending Drake on his main, it's next level cringe. If this is what KD's behavior comes down to, and this is what he says when NBA players aren't involved, you know the burner leaks are real. There's no faking this level of loser energy. You can't stage it any worse if you tried. Dissing a fan in the DMs over another man's disses while trying to shield your friend? It's pathetic. I can't even imagine this being a real conversation, but this is OVO. This is the Drakeverse. This is the culture. It's wild, but not surprising. Still, it's insane to watch a near 40-year-old billionaire hit this low, acting this weak, this lame. And honestly, every industry has its Drake-like figure, aging stars who crash and behave like insecure shells of themselves. Kendrick must be laughing so hard. How do you even have this effect on so many grown men? He channels this chaotic, weird energy out of them, making them look so bad, so weak, so ridiculous. There's literally nothing like it. And if anyone says this is too much praise for Kendrick, that's exactly my point. The way Kendrick Lamar handles criticism almost taps directly into the insecurities of the most insecure men, turning them into divas ranting in other men's DMs at 3 a.m. about what he did to them or their boy Drake. And honestly, this is just how it goes.
This is the vibe of what we're really seeing unfold. I promise when Kendrick drops new music and comes back on the scene, Kevin Durant's reaction is going to be priceless because you know he's going to hint at it somehow. And just thinking about Kendrick being tight with Russell Westbrook, they come from the same roots, while Durant is linked to Drake, it adds this extra layer of hilarity. But for real, when you watch someone like Russell Westbrook next to Kendrick, you see authenticity and realness shining through. And no matter what their careers throw at them, they've got loving families waiting at home. Then you look at Kevin Durant, Drake, and their circle, chasing shallow accolades and titles that only mean something on the surface, and that's basically all they've got. And again, seeing Drake line up against people who seem to have families and actual happiness while Durant rides right alongside him, it's wild. Now, circling back to Kendrick's track Man at the Garden, everything's on display. You get why some folks can't stand him. Straight up, it boils down to envy. This guy climbs higher than anyone else, earns massive respect, has love all around him, and does it by playing the game right. Especially for lifelong cheaters, it's not just that Kendrick isn't like them. They literally can't even wrap their heads around achieving success with this kind of integrity and love in their own lives. So yeah, all that said, what's your take on this Durant situation? How bad do you think it makes him? How hilarious is it that Kendrick once again turned another Drake associate into a walking disaster? And really, what do you think about the whole scenario? It's wild, it's entertaining, and for someone like me who hasn't respected Kevin Durant since 2016, I can't lie, I'm loving this moment. If you've stuck around this far in the video, huge thanks, you're the real ones. Make sure to drop a like and hit subscribe, it literally helps me so much. Hope your week's solid, and if you're curious, just before this, Drake put out a new snippet for Iceman throwing shots at Kendrick again, proving he's definitely not over it yet. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe.